The Shattered Veils boss fight is one of the hardest boss fights in Black Ops 6 Zombies. So in this video, I'm going to guide you through an ultimate solo flawless guide on the perfect loadout, perks, augments, and strategies so you can beat the boss fight on solo without any trouble. So here we are on round 21. We are boss fight ready, and I'll be showing you how to complete this on solo extremely easily every single time. Just before we head in though, you want to make sure that you have the correct loadout. Now for an easy solo completion, of course, you want to have the ray gun Mark II. You'll have this anyway, but you want to be running specifically the Wraith Fire upgraded version. This is without doubt the best ray gun Mark II to use and should be the only weapon you need. If you need a recap on where to build this particular wonder weapon, you can find the buildable bench here in the supply depot for the ray gun Mark II-W. Now I'm on round 21, of course. This is a bit of an earlier round than most. If you're going in at round 25 or under like me, you want to make sure that you have this Mark II at least double pack-a-punched. Here I have it triple pack-a-punch just because I got really lucky with double points, and you'll also want to make sure that you go in with at least a tier 2 if not a tier 3 armor vest. The tacticals and lethals, I run the LT53 Casimirs are going to be extremely useful. Of course, you want to have place, a self-revive, and most importantly enough salvage so that you can craft one of these, a chopper gunner. This will be extremely helpful for the final phase of the boss fight, making this almost a guarantee once you're at that final phase. Also want to have some very specific perks to make sure that you have a really easy time in here, including double tap, of course, PhD slider, deadshot daiquiri, and Vulturade. Of course, you want to have Juggernaut, quick revive, speed cola, stamina up, but Vulturade specifically with the parting gift augment will allow you to get a ton of ammo drops from the zombies, and that augment will also make sure you get 28 instead of a normal 8. But let's go. We're now in the boss fight. So the way that this boss works is, especially for round 1, you be very slowly moving around the map, and what we want to be doing is shooting at his eyes that are glowing, his weak spot there on the side, as well as his mouth when he vomits up more zombies. Now a really interesting mechanic with this boss fight that I don't think a lot of people notice is that the dinosaur is constantly eating zombies, and every time he eats a zombie, you'll notice that he will get the glowing crit spot of 24,000 damage. So let's keep the zombies here on the round. So as you see, he's eating up the toxic zombies, and boom, we get a 24,000 crit spot on his chest. So if we weave our way back around and get him to eat some more zombies, you'll see that you'll get the 24,000 crit a lot more often. So of course we want to be continuously shooting him in the eyes and the mouth anyway, but to get those crits a lot more often, the 24,000 spots, you want to make sure that you actually run those zombies into him, because that's what actually gives him those crits. And there we go, first phase done. When he jumps up onto this cliff here, you shoot him for a few more times and you'll get a little bit more damage to put into him. And you see for our ammo, we are running a little bit low. You don't get max ammos in this, but the ammo drops you see here from Vulturade with the Picky Eater Major Augment, look at this, 28, 28, 28. Absolutely insane. Whilst we have this bit of downtime here, you just want to get the zombies spawned up. They are a little bit more aggressive than normal zombies. You can take them out if you want. But of course, we have Richtofen up here, who actually is a bit of an ally and will shoot at the zombies. But what you might not realize as well is that Richtofen also will throw you items to help you out. So if you're low on plates, run up to here and he will throw some armor plates down for you. And the most amazing part is if you go down and lose a self-revive in solo, he will actually throw down another self-revive kit. Now I believe it's only one of these at a time, so yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you don't go down more than once. But we're training up the zombies here, and for the second phase he's going to be a little bit more aggressive here, but as you see, he's munching away at the zombies nice and easy, nothing too crazy here. He might jump a little bit more often than he normally does, but that's no worries at all. Now you see with a PhD slider perk, you can just slide across the arena and avoid his attacks a lot quicker, because he's going to be a little bit more aggressive. He's going to get towards you a little bit faster than usual. You want to be sliding as much as you possibly can, but we're just going to keep the zombies in. We're trying our best to avoid these acid pools if we can. There we go. He's eating and he's puking. Lovely jubbly. And we should be very, very close being done here. Second phase. There we go. Second phase done. Nice and easy. There we go. Get a few more shots into him. Lovely stuff. He's going to be puking around a little bit. Want to hoover up all of the ammo drops that we can get around here. Now, obviously, you can see I've also come in with a few extra gobble gums. I've got the Perkaholic there just in case I go down and want my perks back. Definitely recommend you do that. And of course, as I've gone in before round 25, I don't have access to the Wonder Fizz. So naturally, not all the perks that I have that I mentioned, you will be able to get. So it's definitely worth saving some points until round 25 and then getting those extra perks that you can't get from the machines normally. But here we go. We're now on to phase 3. And this is where he's going to be a lot more aggressive. But as you can see, we're just training up the zombies. Just be careful because they are going to be quite aggressive at this point. And now we're going to have a little bit more aggression from the T-Rex. So we just need to be a little bit careful here. There we go. He's got a slam. We just want to slide and make sure that happens. But very soon he's going to have a really, really horrible attack, which a lot of people struggle to avoid, really. And we'll show you the best way to do that. Also, we've got Ether Shroud as well. Definitely recommend that because anytime you get in any trouble like that, you just pop your Ether Shroud and he cannot see you. He's just going to roam around the arena. An Ether Shroud 100% is what you want to run for this. Either Ether Shroud or Frenzied Guard because, oh, he's going very fast now. You want to avoid that attack. But when he is doing this and he's roaming around really fast and he gets close to you, might seem scary, but what you need to do is just run the opposite way, like you see there. It is quite risky. However, that is how you dodge this attack where he starts biting you like that. You see? You do that and you should be absolutely fine. As you can see, he has another attack there where he does slam his tail down. And that can get you pretty low. But there we go. That is the third phase done. Nice and easy. So far, completely flawless. And hopefully, if you follow this video well enough, you should also be able to do this pretty flawlessly. Why am I shooting him? He is completely immune. Here we go. We've got our last set of zombies here. Richtofen hasn't even had to break a sweat at this point. But at this point, this is where I like to throw a Casimir. Just kind of chill out, get things a bit quiet. Because for this final phase, we don't have to do a lot of work ourselves because thankfully we have that chopper gunner score streak that we've brought in that we are going to pop once he comes into this final phase. Maybe do a tiny bit of damage to him first because the chopper gunner should be able to get rid of him entirely without really any trouble. So he's going to do a bit of puking. And here he's going to be at his most aggressive. He's going to be absolutely storming through the map like no tomorrow, trying to hunt us down. If you pop your chopper gunner immediately, there's a chance that it won't be enough damage to take him out completely. But now we're at this point, we're just going to go ahead, open up our chopper gunner and bring it in. And all you want to do is focus solely on this guy. You don't need to worry about the zombies. If you're playing in co-op, maybe just let the other players just worry about the zombies. Just train them up. If they've got the Wonder Waffle, there you go. Again, this is just a solo guide, but at this point, he's going to be running around the map like crazy. He ducks under this cliff. He gets a little bit of breathing room where you can't be hit. But with our chopper gunner, just like this. Come on, any moment. There we go. He is down. And that is the Z-Rex defeated. Solo, absolutely flawless. Let's quickly go over the augments that I run on some of these perks just so you have the absolute best meta augments for it, that you can do it just as easy as that. So here we are in the augments menu, and let me show you the augments that I ran that I think are crucial in order to have a much better chance at beating this boss fight. The first, which is really surprising, is Vulture Aid, and you want to be running the major augment here called Parting Gift, where Vulture Aid ammo drops give more ammo to wonder weapons. That's where you will get the 28 plus ammo for every drop for your ray gun Mark II, compared to if you didn't have it on, you'd only get about 8 bullets instead. And it also doesn't hurt to have Picky Eater as well, because then there's a chance of getting more Casimir grenades to drop during that boss fight, which just helps you take out more zombies. For PhD Flopper, I really recommend that you put on this minor augment, which is Environmentalist, where you become immune to environmental damage while sliding, which means that you can actually slide through those green acid pools during the boss arena, and you actually won't take any damage from it, which is really, really cool. However, if you want to have the incredible speed and mobility, then you're going to want to have Tribologist on instead. So it just depends if you think you can dodge those pools or not. Double Tap, it's an incredible perk, and the augments in this are absolutely amazing. But for the boss, I recommend running Double Impact and also Double or Nothing, where you have a chance to do double damage with certain hits. You'll be shooting your ray gun a heck of a lot, so there won't be many times where you'll do 0 damage. There's a chance that you'll be doing double damage, which is really good. Deadshot Daiquiri, it doesn't really matter which augments you have have on for the boss fight, but dead again allows critical hits to have a chance of adding a bullet to your magazine. And in the case of shooting zombies as well as the boss, more times than not, you will get critical hits, so that will always help as well with your ammo. But I really hope you found this video useful, and hopefully it will allow you to beat the boss fight in your next attempt on solo. If it does, I'd love to know in the comments below. Drop this video a thumbs up, but if you need even more help on this Easter egg, I have two incredible videos on screen. One is my main Easter egg guide that breaks everything down, but I also have another video of an incredible bunch of tips and tricks to make certain steps extremely easy that I guarantee that you will find useful. So if you want to watch that, just click on your screen right now to one of those two videos.